Hey guys, today I'm going to give you some tips on cutting the foam that goes inside a hard storage case for the DJI Phantom 3. Now this is a generic case that only costs about $50. You'll find a link to this specific case in the YouTube video description. This case is just about a perfect fit for the Phantom 3 and accessories, and the Phantom 3 fits inside with the props still attached. Inside the case are 3 separate layers of uncut foam. We've set aside the thin top eggshell layer because we don't really need it. We're concentrating our cuts on the middle and bottom layers, but we start by arranging the Phantom and accessories on the middle layer of foam and outlining them with chalk. If you prefer, you can use a Sharpie or permanent marker, but I found that chalk works well. And I also used a tape measure to make sure that the Phantom itself will be placed in the center of the foam. For cutting the foam, many people recommend using an electric knife. Personally, I preferred using a razor blade tool. You want to leave at least half an inch of uncut foam in between the cut areas because you don't want your foam layer breaking apart into pieces. Again, if you have an electric knife, you might give that a shot. Others may prefer to just use a sharp kitchen knife of some sort. But you'll want to cut all the way through the outline through this piece of foam, which again is the center layer that came with the case. For the body of the Phantom itself, I found it helpful to actually place the drone on top of the foam from time to time to see how it was fitting. And don't forget to carve out a space for your camera and gimbal apparatus. It took me a little bit of trial and error to get this part right. I went ahead and carved out spots for my tablet of choice, which is a 7-inch Google Nexus, and of course the Phantom controller, the charge pack, the battery, and spare props. Now once the center piece of foam had been completely cut, I put it back in the case and did a trial run to see how everything was fitting. Then I took the piece of chalk and used it to outline the areas on the bottom piece of foam that needed to be cut. Then I proceeded to cut the bottom piece of foam. You may decide to cut the bottom piece of foam in a manner that's almost identical to the middle piece. I specifically needed the Phantom, the intelligent battery, and the controller to fit more deeply inside the case. So after cutting the bottom portion of foam, I ran everything through for one more trial run, and I decided to carve out a little more space for the Phantom body and also a spot for a second battery, which someday I will add to the kit. And this was my first time cutting foam for a case like this, but I'm pleased with the results. This case is a perfect fit for the Phantom and really a great deal. Again, you'll find the links to all this stuff right below the video. If you liked the video, give it a thumbs up. Feel free to leave a comment, and don't forget to subscribe.